You guys remember the Lucky Charms leprechaun? Well, we've taken him captive, and we're pretty close to getting him to show us where the gold's at. But until then, we've got this list of the top 10 luckiest moments in Fortnite. Wait, what part is this? Well, hey guys, it's your lucky day too, because in case you weren't aware, Epic Games is giving away free presents in-game. That's right, free opportunities for you guys to get cosmetics, V-Buck promotionals. But in addition to that, in all of our videos leading up to Christmas, we've stashed away codes in each of our videos for V-Bucks for every console, and all we're asking in return for the top 30 days of Christmas is that you guys like the video, subscribe, and follow our Instagram. Push notifications on for your best chance of redeeming the codes before someone else. But without further ado, number 10, Lucky Landing. Now, as we all know, luck is something that pretty much anyone can possess. This first entry definitely has plenty of fortune on their side. In this clip, we see a player go for a pretty standard rocket ride in an attempt to make it out of the storm with their squad mates. Nothing too groundbreaking here, but as she's taken off by the rocket, we watch her get knocked out by the storm. Shortly afterwards, the rocket explodes and sends her to the map below. And what happens next can only be described as divine intervention by the Fortnite gods.
There's no way.
I landed in the water!
No way, bro! What?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, her teammates are utterly baffled by the fact that she lived, especially considering how small an area she had to land in to survive. They popped off with hype, and understandably so. If this happened to me, there's no chance I would have landed in the water, though. I probably would have fallen and been eliminated without a doubt. But at number 9, we've got Luck is a Mystery. Building is a basic concept taken to its limits by Fortnite veterans. In this next clip, we see a pretty solid-looking build battle between a streamer and another player. Pretty average scene, all things considered. We've all had that moment in a fight where we click the wrong key or edit the wrong thing and it costs us the win during the battle. This clip fully shows that same panic we all feel when realizing that we messed up. But the thing that separates this clip from most of our experiences is the insane level of luck that this streamer has.
No! Oh, sh! I just got so lucky. Holy sh! Oh my god! Let's go!
The mystery behind how he managed to survive by landing and bouncing off of that umbrella just makes me scratch my head and wonder how he did get so lucky. To top it all off, his opponent, either in celebration or by accident, seems to fall off their build as well. They aren't as lucky and hit the ground instead of an umbrella, making the Victory Royale logo pop up at the top of his screen. Number 8, Laser Ride. Some may call this next moment bad luck rather than good luck, but in all honesty, it shows a great range of both of them. And it's definitely an interesting video at that. In the clip, we see the player jump toward the new AI stormtroopers and get beamed by a laser shot from one of the enemies on the ground below. Somehow, the player managed to catch flight on the shot similarly to how you would manage to do a rocket ride. The player takes the ride and goes across the map. They go from just outside Steamy Stacks to the upper left corner of the in-game map, on one of the islands off the coast of Sunny Shores. So pretty damn far. The clip itself is honestly such a roller coaster of emotions, seeing the player taking off and thinking, well, that's game, to, oh, hey, oh, they can land in the water. Then to finish with him splatting against the ground on the island. It shows such a wide range of luck with how this clip continues on. Out of all the improbabilities that were possible in the clip, seeing him take off on the laser shot is just insane to watch. It even got to the point where an Epic Games employee saw it and said they'd fix the bug. They also said it's the last time they'll make fun of a stormtrooper's aim. And I definitely agree with that one. But in it's your number 7 spot, we've got Lucky Fisherman. So luck isn't just those times in your game where you randomly manage to live after falling from a great height, or you somehow miraculously manage to survive in a fight in the last circle with 1 HP. Sometimes luck just boils down to pure RNG, like random rolls on a chest, or in this case, a fishing pool. There's nothing quite like getting a purple or gold drop out of a harpoon shot or off of a fishing rod. It's pretty hype. But the player in this clip used all his luck for this season when he ripped these 2 back-to-back in a game. I've maybe gotten 2 or 3 gold drops in my entire time fishing, but 2 back-to-back is just good luck at its finest. I can barely even catch an uncommon shotgun on a bad day. But in at number 6, we've got the lucky moment you remembered their health was 20. Lightsabers are probably one of the strongest weapons we've seen introduced in Chapter 2 so far. But this next clip puts the strength of these legendary weapons to the test against one of the more unsung items in the current Fortnite arsenal. This particular weapon has never once been vaulted, and it has been in the game since the very beginning. We are, of course, talking about the pickaxe, and more specifically, the balloon axe. In this clip, we managed to catch the most unlikely of wins from a player combating a lightsaber using his guns at first before turning it over to the reliable pickaxe. And well, you see the player's unfortunate opponent be taken down by the most consistent weapon in the game. As far as we can see from the clip, there was no way the player could tell his opponent has 20 or less HP. So taking out the pickaxe was either the absolute last resort or something that took major guts. Swinging and winning with it was a big risk with a massive payoff. Fair enough to this player. Number 5. Look, I know this one isn't from Chapter 2, but it's worth it, I promise. We're allowed to cheat on this channel, right? Back on entry number 7, we saw some incredible luck with the fishing rod, but this next one may have even better fortune. Back on the old island, we see the player land next to those old Moai statues with 3 chests ready to be opened. Of course, with 3 chests, you could expect some decent items, but these rolls are even better than you could imagine. If I opened these, I probably would have gotten a pistol and some bandages, but this man just hits the jackpot. First of all, those 3 chests dropping all purple and gold weapons is legitimately insane. But then we get the follow-up of good old Fred peering at us off in the distance, just waiting to be cracked open for his loot. Within the first minutes of the game, this man is stacked and set up with endgame loot ready to win this match. But in number 4, we're hunting Bwabcat.
Shh, I'm hunting rabbits.
Probably the coolest line you could say before sneaking up on someone in Fortnite. We're a little bit away from Chapter 2, but you'll have to forgive us considering the sheer coincidence of this clip. We see the streamer here elim a few people after saying he's hunting rabbits, then he looks to check the game's feed, and then he notices the player's name is Bugs Bunny.
Mike, what? His name was Bugs Bunny!
I wouldn't be surprised if you saw this on a perfectly timed Twitch Moments compilation either. If you don't get it, then I'm disappointed, but hunting Bwabcat is basically there's a line in Looney Tunes when Bugs Bunny is being hunted by Elmer Fudd. Oh, you don't know what Bugs Bunny is and you don't know what Looney Tunes is? Well, I guess I'm just a boomer. After seeing this in the chat, the man just goes off on how bizarre an occurrence that was. It might honestly be something that we'll never see replicated in Fortnite ever again. Number 3, not 1, but 2? It's one thing to be lucky with the loot you grab from chests, but it's another to be lucky with the chest locations themselves. Taking our number 3 spot for today's list, we see this player drop Retail Row and watch him quickly find a rare chest. Not a bad start to a match, all things considered. The player then in the same building runs upstairs and discovers a second just waiting for it. Altogether, these chests net the guy a purple RPG and SMG, along with enough shields to completely fill his HP and have a mini left to spare. Getting lucky in general is great, but when that luck stacks you from the very beginning, it can really set the pace for a hype game of Fortnite. But in number 2, we've got the Lucky No Scope. We've all had a moment in a match where we just jump off something high with a sniper, then proceed to go for a no scope. Sometimes even on an enemy we're not entirely sure is there or not. Kind of reminds me of the top 10 trick shots of 2019 video we did a few weeks back. But with this entry on the list, we see the player go for some no scopes on the last guy alive with their friend. They're just shooting in this general direction and going for a cheeky little clip. But of course, this list is based on luck, and given that we can't even see the player he was shooting, it's pretty wild that he even went for the shot.
Oh, I hit it. That was actually a decent shot.
After jumping down a few doors, he nails the enemy with a body shot and of course wins the match with it. The only thing that would have made it any more impressive would be if they had managed to sneak in a little headshot as well. Oh well, regardless, when you don't even see the enemy and manage to hit a shot like that, it's nuts regardless of where you hit them. But honorable mention. This top 5 gamer has the Force abilities. Before we get into the number 1 slot, I want to give a quick shout out to one of our top 5 gamers, Parallel Mar on Twitter. In the clip they sent us, we see them and a buddy just minding their own business in a duos match as a pair of Jedi. Another player sees them and takes a sniper shot, and by a major stroke of luck, Mar manages to backflip and block a sniper shot with their lightsaber. If this player isn't actually a Jedi and didn't foresee the shot coming, then they may just be one of the most lucky players that we've seen in a while. But in it's your number 1 spot. Okay, we need clingers back after this. For number 1 slot, we've got a pretty crazy set of shots, with back-to-back clingers connecting to this unfortunate player just trying to escape on his launch pad. We start with seeing the player just running along with an inventory stacked with clingers, and he hits with the first one, sticking the enemy mid-sprint. Pretty decent after the first one explodes. The enemy doesn't get downed immediately, so the player's still on the ground, tosses another at their now airborne enemy, and manages to connect.
Now I've got him. Prick. Ah, I only hit him for 100 as well. Yeah, I hit him.
Some would argue that this play was all skill, but with the guy's reaction in the clip, he seems pretty surprised by the fact that the second one managed to knock the player. Even if it was some skill, it's hard to argue that you need at least a little luck to pull something like this off in the middle of a match of Fortnite. If you ask me, a clip like this shows that we really need clingers back in the game to catch more sick clips. Who knows, with the first season of Chapter 2 continuing for a while, we may see them again in the near future. But hey, don't click off this video just yet, because you got to check out this video right here that's going to disappear in 3 seconds. 3, 2, oh my god, it's going away. Oh, no. Don't click, don't miss it. Oh, and there, it's gone.